How you doing? Today we're showing you some of the two of our new snakes that we have for our shows next year. They're both from Africa. First I'm going to unlock the enclosure here. My wife and the DEC require me to lock the enclosures. This one we're going to take out now is a forest cobra. One of the things I don't like about this situation right now that I'm going into this enclosure is I cannot see where the cobra is. He obviously has buried himself somewhere in the substrate, and I always like to know where the snake is before I go in, but right now that's going to be impossible. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take the snake stick and we're going to very carefully, first we're going to start out where we don't want him popping up, which is right in the front here. So we're going to dig around in here a little bit with the snake stick. Make sure that he's not up in the front. Move some of the bedding around here. Again, keep him watch for some movement. Okay, it looks like he might be underneath this hide here. And there he is. And what we're going to do now is we're going to hook him. And these are very fast cobras. Okay, and he's moved behind the hide here. These are extremely fast cobras. These are the largest of the true cobras of the nausea thing. And using the Hex Armor gloves here, I'm able to pick him up with my hands. You can see he's hooding up here a little bit, which is really awesome. That's what we want. He's a cool looking cobra. If we get him to look at the camera here and hood up a little bit, he has some nice yellowish orange markings underneath. He's got a longer hood which goes from the top more down his body. These are the largest of the true cobras, the nauseas. These guys can get up to 10 feet. Normally they'll get around 7 feet in length. Like I said, these are some of one of my favorite snakes. They're highly intelligent snakes. They don't fall for watching one hand move like a lot of the snakes do. They're extremely venomous snakes. They're very agile climbers and very agile swimmers. So they are like really cool snakes. Their venom is highly potent. If you were to get bit, you would be in trouble. Again, he's not really too afraid of me. I can't get him to flare up like I would like him to. But again, they got awesome colorations. They're very quick. They're from Africa. They climb trees very well. They'll swim in water very well, and they're highly intelligent. A lot of people think that snakes are basically just stupid, instinctual creatures, and not necessarily true. A lot of your snakes do have some ability to think. I mean, even in the Bible, the Lord said to be wise as a serpent, and so he's saying that these guys do have the ability to be wise. It's pretty cool. Like your reticulated pythons, they're kind of thinking type of snakes. They watch you, they learn. The forest cobras, I'm told, again, are very thinking type of snakes. They watch what's going on. This guy here, he's a little piggy. He loves to eat, but when he'll take a mouse from me, he'll just hold on to it and he will watch every move I make, and until I leave the area, he won't even start to swallow that mouse. So this is one of our new snakes for our shows next year. Hopefully he'll put on quite a bit of weight since he loves to eat. And we're going to put him back in here now. These snakes also have been known to, if they hit the floor, will chase their handlers around the room. Cobras are awesome type of snakes in the fact that when they attack, they raise their body up off the ground. They can move forward as their body is up in the air, and they strike in a downward motion, which does help a handler be able to control a cobra. If you come from up above them and slowly push their head down, you're usually able to grab them behind the neck. Not something that I would say to try, but if the circumstance arises and you need to do that, that is one way to do it. Again, I would never freely grab any snake venom the snake behind the head without wearing my gloves. I've seen too many people get bit that way. Now we're gonna put the lock back on there. This makes my wife feel so much better and makes her sleep better at night. And the next snake we got for you is a Gaboon Viper. I've had many Gaboon Vipers in my life, and I love these guys. This one is a baby. Not a baby, it's a little older, but these guys are so awesome. If you want to know how much I like them, if you check my email address, it's Gaboon Viper, or Gaboon Snake actually. Gaboon Viper was already taken. It's Gaboon Snake. Gaboon Vipers are really cool as their pattern goes. I'm only able to deal with this snake this way right now because it is a baby. Once the snake is full grown, there's no way I'm going to be holding it like this. Gaboon Vipers are what's called true vipers. They're not pit vipers like our rattlesnakes. They don't sense heat. They do have the retractable fangs. Gaboon Vipers have the largest fangs in the world. These fangs can get up to 2 inches in length. They're a short-bodied snake, which means that they're short and fat, basically. The 7-8 foot Gaboon Vipers are rather large viper, so you can't really tail them when they get older. One of the things, the way I move them when they're bigger, is I use 2 sticks, hook them in the front and the back, and they move rather well. These snakes are from the Bitis family. They're related to the puff adders. One of the things these guys will do when they get aggravated or agitated is they will fill themselves up with air. They will hiss extremely loud, and they will strike at you. They do have the ability to strike in almost any direction, so you have to be careful with them. They are really cool snakes. I love the cryptic patterns on them. They're geometrical. He looks like he's almost made out of velvet. When you put them down, they just blend right into their environment, which is really awesome. They're ambush predators, so if they're in leaf litter, you'll never see these guys. And again, these guys are also from Africa. Totally cool snakes. One of the neatest snakes that I like. You know, I don't want him looking at me too closely here because I don't want him to decide to strike at me. Most snakes are able to strike 2/3 of their length, so you can average out about how far a snake can strike, but most of them choose to make shorter strikes. Gaboon Vipers too, if you notice, he has a little horn on the end of his nose, and depending from what location he comes from, that horn can be more predominant. These, like I said, these are my favorite snakes. We're going to put him back down here on his log. See if we can turn the other way here, face the camera maybe. And normally he will just blend himself right into the substrate. He will move down right on. And I'm going to pick up the camera here and just, pardon me here for 1 second for that little thing, and we're going to show you him on his log, how well he blends into his environment. So you can imagine as you walk through the woods, the forest over in Africa, through the leaf litter and everything else, how easily it would be to step on one of these guys or step close enough for them to bite you without you ever realizing that they're there. So I hope you like this video, and if you do, please hit the like button, and we'd really appreciate it. You subscribe to our videos so you can see which ones, as we make new ones, as they come up, you'll know what we have. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great day, guys.